can't believe you've done this.
Okay, let's get this show on the road. I hope everyone is having a fantastic, wonderful, amazing Monday. We've got about 3 exits left in this this lovely hack. There's gonna have to be a little bit of derusting going on today because I haven't touched Mario in what feels like a very long time. Maybe that phrasing was bad. I haven't touched Mario in a long time. I haven't played a Mario in a while. So, I'm gonna have to like readjust, get back into the swing of things for a little bit. But 3 levels left. I think we can finish. Also, thanks for the resub, Violet. But why are you dry? Why are you dying? Withering up. That's not the kind of thing I like to hear about. Okay. You're dry until tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Back in the tower, chain number 3 hides a secret. Oh wait, no, we already did this. We already did this. Okay. Okay, cool. I thought for some reason that this was a second one, but no, we did this because, yeah, that's what the key was. Big update for a game I don't care about. Oh, is that the Conan update? No, come back, sir. Come back. Got the Conan Exiles update tomorrow. Don't feel like I can shell jump here. Oh, but maybe. Nah, it's gonna be too difficult. It sure is. Well, I hope you have a fun time with your video game. Ga. Hello, Lorelai. I want to see if there is like a way I can cheese this shit. Okay, well if I do that, I can definitely cheese it. Come back. I feel like I'm definitely supposed to go into this building, but I don't want to go into this building. I want to do this. Yes. The sauna gnome lives in the sauna and protects it, but also makes sure that people do not behave improperly in it. Wikipedia. Huh? Okay, I mean, it's a little secret. That's cool. Oh, and we can stand on top of this building. So I could have just shell jumped onto the top of that building instead. Right, like. Yeah, like that. Okay. You're looking forward to the enhanced dong slider? Oh, is that one of the things they're adding in Conan Exiles? Bigger dongs? Oh, okay. Or enhanced dongs, maybe not necessarily bigger. What a strange video game that is. It was jokingly put as one of the key features in the update. Enhanced Endowment Slider. Okay, this level is I can already tell this level is fucked. It's already asking so much of me that's like unusual. And timing-based levels like this are not easy. Ah. You know, Conan Exiles to me, I'm glad other people enjoy it, but to me, like, on the outside, it does not look like there's anything about that game that is enjoyable. Right, like... Even the idea of, like, build things and, like, be creative, like, nah. Why would I do it here instead of any other game that's not Conan Exiles? Also, I'm surprised. Isn't Conan Exiles quite old? It's still getting support, still getting updates. Okay, that's the timing I need to do there. Conan Exiles is great because there's actual stuff to do. There are dungeons and a way to actually win. I mean, that's cool, but from what I saw of like the combat, not exactly something I'd it doesn't seem like something that's actually fun. It seems like something that you just sort of like you deal with.
I can't believe you've done this.
Thank you for the resub thing. 10 months. Wow. Crazy. Combat in Conan is fairly simple, but can be fun. I mean, simple is not always bad. Okay, so I do need to bounce on that twice. So the first bounce will be like a half bounce, we'll say. See if that works. You know, I saw someone... I've been browsing Reddit a lot lately because, I don't know, I have too much, like, downtime where I, like, can't do anything else but, like, browse the internet, right? And I saw someone recently... I've been seeing a lot of people do those posts where it's like, here's my favorite video game in each of these categories, right? Like, we did that in the Discord. Posted our list of video games, and I saw someone's list that had, I mean, they had a lot of, like, typical stuff in it, like, my favorite video game is GTA 5, right? And stuff like that. But there was one thing that was absolutely baffling to me, okay? In their category for best combat, they had a video game I quite like that has terrible, terrible, terrible combat. They put best combat, The Witcher 3. And let me tell you, as someone that thinks The Witcher 3 is like a 10 out of 10 video game, the combat is far and away the worst part. Okay, I need to drag that Pokey all the way. The combat is like, at best, it's serviceable. Right? But in reality, it's like a 4 out of 10, the combat. It's everything else that carries that game. And it made me realize that I think some people don't rate, like, combat based on, like, the actual, like, fun it is to do stuff. Some people rate the combat based on, like, stuff you can do to prep for combat, etc. Because the prep stuff in Witcher 3, you know, crafting different elixirs or tinctures, etc., that's cool. But the actual act of smacking a griffin or whatever is awful. They should have put Skyrim. Yeah, see, even... That's a very apt comparison, because Skyrim's combat is also just like... It exists. Best combat is Dragon Dogma 1, in your opinion? Yeah, see, I would hard disagree with that. I did not like... I mean, everyone would just say, oh, it's just because the vocations I played, but... I tried multiple different vocations, and none of the combat was fun in Dragon's Dogma. I tried to be a wizard at one point. I tried to be a mystic knight at another point. And I think, what's the other one? Warrior or something like that? Dude with a sword. And I didn't really enjoy my time with any of those. Mystic Knight I felt like could have been fun if it weren't for the fact that the pawns in that game are just awful to interact with. I think for me, I put best combat was like DMC 5 or something like that. Something that's just like, yeah, an obvious easy answer. You put Mortal Best Combat because despite people doing the animation abusing crap that Mortal Best Combat, despite animation abusing crap that it kind of turned into. Like they could Mortal had like animation cancels and stuff like that, right? You missed Mortal at launch when nobody knew how to play? Yeah, games like that, when no one knows how to play them, are fun. You can move your camera in certain ways to obscure what you're actually doing. Yeah, that sounds like hell. Games that lack visual clarity are like... To me, that's one of the cardinal sins. It's part of the big reason why like Tekken 8 for me is just like I don't care to watch it at all, because there's so much bullshit on the screen at all times. Oh shit, okay. I wasn't certain if I needed a runoff there or what, but that's a little bit of progress. Chivalry 2 is fun. Not for duels, but for the team battles. Yeah, Chivalry 2 is fun. Damn it, jumped too early. Shiv 2 felt so baby compared to Mortal. How do you mean? What specifically about Chivalry 2 felt that? Like I have spent so little time in these games. I never played Mortal. I only played Chivalry 1 and 2 for like a couple of hours each. Right? To me, they are just dumb turn brain off type games. Shit, supposed to jump there. Okay, I'm supposed to bounce on that twice. You just held block. You just held a block and you drained stamina while holding it. So it was more about stam breaking than playing around with timings and reads. Yeah, see, that's the sort of like input that doesn't make any sense to me because I just don't know enough about the games. For Honor is greater than Mord Slop. For Honor gotta be one of the worst video games on this planet. I don't play Mortal, never have, like I said before, but like I can tell that's just bait. Oh! Aw, damn. I died on the way up. It killed me on the way up. At least I know to be fast at that part. You just wish someone else had the rights to the art of combat systems. And see, I'm so out of the loop I don't even know what that is. Damn it. That's the For Honor combat style. I hope the For Honor combat style dies with For Honor. Okay, that's just me being like a spiteful hater. That's me being a spiteful hater because like so many people I know talk about For Honor, played For Honor, and like from the very get-go I was like, there is no appeal here. I mean, yeah, if a completely unique style of gameplay dies with one game, that is a pretty sad thing to see. Okay, I see what I gotta do here. Are you gonna throw one out? Thank you. Oh, I haven't done my obligatory, this music is fucking banging. But this song is kind of fucking great. Okay, do a small bounce there. Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do here. Okay. Such a good style of fighting, but Ubisoft sleep on it when it could be so fucking good. Like, it could be so good in a Star Wars game for lightsabers or literally any sword fighting thing ever. Ubisoft does that a lot, where they'll just like make a thing that's cool and then either like continue to just make bad versions of it, like Assassin's Creed, or like just be like, okay, cool, see you later, never touching this again. Ubisoft gotta be one of the most like consistent companies at just like flopping an idea. You know? Like, I remember back when, so I never played it myself, but I remember watching way back when, during like the early Assassin's Creed days, they had multiplayer, right? That people really liked. And I remember seeing that shit and being like, wow, this is really cool. And then and then that shit just died. I'm fucking up this early stuff right now. Oh, wait, no, I was gonna say, did I complete a level? I did not complete a level. I got a checkpoint. We didn't beat a level. I was gonna mark off an exit. Sometimes Ubisoft fix a game and then they abandon it. I can't personally think of any examples, but that does sound like something they would do. Bro, is this the new trend to like for bots to just come in pairs of 2? Because this is like the 3rd or 4th time in a row where just like multiple bots post at once. I guess it's like it's a smart enough strategy. If one post doesn't work, maybe 2 will. Just double it. Just double it and give it to the next person, you know? Damn. They let their guard down with the first post? Surely. Surely. Surely if someone asks me to do a crime twice, I'll just be like, yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'll do the crime. It's like that Austin Powers skit, you know? Where, like, his weakness is if you just ask him 3 times, he has to tell you the truth. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen those movies. I should watch them again. See if I still like them as an adult. Okay. Go now. I remember as a teenager, those are movies I knew about when I was like, I don't know, like 11 or 12, and then as a teenager I was like excited to finally be able to watch them. And they're just funny movies. They're not like amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but damn. Okay, so I need to... I guess I could time that so that I bounce on it once and then immediately do a large bounce. And that might be easier and probably more consistent for that bit. The censorship with random objects in those movies always gets you. I don't remember that particular gag. There we go. That's what I want to do. Okay. That's what I want to do there, and then just make sure I have the momentum to move to the right. Oh, fuck me. I wasn't ready for that one. Is that the end of the level there? Probably. Whenever he's naked, there just happens to be an object covering him. Yeah, I know what you mean. I just don't remember any of those types of gags. But that is, in general, that's a pretty good gag. And you could be really creative with which items you put where to cover up what. You know what movie was, in my mind, as a kid, like, very similar to those movies, but, like, much, much worse? And maybe I just thought they were similar because it's the same actor, right? As a kid, I remember thinking that Master of Disguise was, like, an absolutely abysmal movie, but had, like, a similar vibe. Ooh. Secrets? Oh, okay, screen wrapped. Point of device. Stand left to the cannon below to get infinite one-ups. Wow, what a great piece of advice. You don't think it was Mike Myers? Was Master of Disguise not Mike Myers? I mean, as a kid, I didn't have any. Like, I have never gone back and watched that movie again, right? So, like, that could just be dumb kid being dumb kid, but... The point being was just thought, like, as a child, even then, I was like, man, this movie is bad. Oh shit, I thought I had enough height there. You loved that movie as a kid? Shit, I did land on height that time, fuck. I'm not getting enough height there, really? Maybe I need to, like, move faster. You know what? I was reminded recently of movies that, like, as a kid, I also really... Other movies as a kid that I got excited to see, and then when I watched it, was like, man, this movie sucks ass. Right? And those specific movies I'm thinking of are the Spy Kids movies after Spy Kids 2. I was reminded of those recently, like Spy Kids 3, and how just terrible that movie is. But how much like excitement was built up around those movies. You grew out of them by the time 2 came out? Yeah, I think I did as well. But I had younger siblings. Right? So, you know. Damn it. And quite frankly, even as a kid, I never liked Spy Kids 1, so it was really only the second movie that I enjoyed. But I remember I saw Spy Kids 3 in theaters, and Shark Boy and Lava Girl, right? With my best friend and at least one of my brothers. I think it was just Maddie, so I don't think the other two were, like, around for that. Oh, I'm supposed to keep going left, okay. Sharkboy and Lava Girl is a fever dream of a movie that apparently has a sequel, but it has a sequel? I remember, like, for like a year or two, that movie was like all over the place. It was the popular thing for a little bit. Yep, it's a movie called We Can Be Heroes. Came out in 2020. You remember people made fun of Sharkboy and Lava Girl even back then? Yeah, of course. It was an easy target. What do you mean the sequel to Sharkboy and Lava Girl came out in 2020? The original came out like, what, 2005, 2006? Who in their right minds makes a sequel that much later to a kid's movie? I'm so curious. I feel like we have to watch the trailer or something. Oh, okay, I see what I do there. I thought I'd have to bounce back over, but I can go under. So it's fine. It came out on Christmas. One of those movies. Who in their right mind goes to see movies on Christmas Day? Tell me this. For all my life, I have seen a bunch of different movies that like released to theaters on Christmas Day. Who goes to watch movies on Christmas? I never once in my life met someone who saw a movie on Christmas. You don't think it went to theaters? Okay. I mean, that's probably true. But still. The question remains. Did Sharkboy even go to theater? Yeah, Sharkboy and Lava Girl was in theaters in 3D. I saw it in theaters in 3D. It was back during the 3D craze. Damn it. Upon its release, the film was the most watched title in its opening weekend, then finished third the following weekend before returning to first in its third weekend. It was the most watched film on Netflix in 2021. What the fuck? I was gonna ask, like, is it a children's movie or not? But like, no. At this point, we're gonna watch the trailer, and like, I don't want any I don't want any spoilers on that. We're gonna just react and naturally look at it. Damn it, how is that not, like, directly on the thing? On Metacritic, it has an average score of 51 out of 100. Damn it, I'm jumping way too early there. Now, can we talk about the downfall of, like, streaming services? I feel like this is a great topic to transition into because, like, that shit's crazy, dude. That shit's crazy. That was the most watched movie on Netflix in 2021. The sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Oh, Return to the Sauna. This is the last one? Was there a... I'm gonna go back and count. We're gonna start from the beginning and count the number of exits that we beat, because maybe I miscounted. Maybe we did one more exit than I thought, and that this next level is actually the last one. If so... Have Tula post it for movie night? Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I will watch the trailer in a moment here. Okay, so let's do a favor, pause this. Let's bring up We Can Be Heroes trailer. Okay, here it is, official trailer. I already hate it because the preview had literal children in the the thing, you know? Also, oh, the timer's still going. Let me stop the timer and let me move it over here real quick. And then we swap over. I haven't done this in a long time. Swap over to screen display. There we go. Okay, here's the trailer. Lorelai. Okay, that's Pedro Pascal. What the fuck? Lorelai redeemed water plant. So if I choke on my water, it's your fault. Okay, this is very, very much giving Spy Kids vibes. Yeah, from the director Spy Kids. Okay, this might be the sort of thing that as a kid that would have been like, this is so lit. These visual effects look like all right too. They're cartoony for sure, but like, I wasn't expecting it to look this all right. Although these kid actors are like fucking awful so far. Why would they have normal guards for superhero kids? Whatever. It's nitpicking children's movie. Y'all, how old are these kids supposed to be? I can't tell. You know? I genuinely can't tell how old these kids are supposed to be. The little one, like the Shark Boy Lava Girl kid, clearly she's like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years old or something like that, right? But like these older kids, are they supposed to be like middle schoolers? Are they supposed to be like 5th grader? Like, I'm so confused. You know, okay, this shit probably would have slapped as a kid. It looks awful, but you know, as a kid, probably would have been one of those classics. Anyway, let's get back to the video game. Okay, so let's just count the exits as we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is this 3 exits? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm thinking I definitely miscounted. Okay, so yeah, that one loops back. So why did I press down again? Yeah, I think I miscounted by 1. Possibly. $17. 18. 19. 20. Yeah, okay. I did miscount by 1. This is the last level. I mean, just looking at it, you can feel that it's the last level, but I needed to make sure. Oh, fuck me, I just reset the timer. What was the timer at? I hate my life. I hate that I did that. Let me see if I can fix it by going back in the VOD. 14:43. That's how long we were. Okay, so pause. Edit. Start time of 14:43. There we go. Yeah, let's do it. Last level. Last exit. Oh, just like the start of the first one, right? That's what this looks like to me. Oh, Apparently that rock is deadly. The percussion on this is like, it's going incredibly hard right now. Bowser is no doubt behind the saunas not heating up. You know he's somewhere in here. Do I? Do I know that for certain? Oh, wait, can I go back? Oh, go back! Oh, damn it. It checkpointed me here? Or there's a secret back there? Okay, so I needed to be faster than that. I was planning for this stream to be like 3 or more hours long, so I don't really know. I don't want to end the stream early, but I'm really not sure what I would do if I beat this within like the next hour. You know? I guess I could immediately go into the next hack, but like, I don't know. Do I not have more Mega Man? I do have more Mega Man games, I guess that is true. But I wasn't really in the mood to play Mega Man. Trust me, we won't run out of Mega Man games for a long while. Because once we finish the Mega Man games, we'll just go play the Mega Man X games. Just chatting hangout stream? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll just play something chill. In the near future, this won't be a problem. Because in the near future, I'm gonna have like a default game to go to. I don't know if I've talked about that on stream, but part of the Wednesday night stuff that's coming up at the Wednesday streams that I'm going to do is actually not just like one big game, but I'm gonna be introducing how the fuck do you get around that? I can't just jump the whole way. I'm going to be we're going to premiere the new game, the new main game, as it is, right? But alongside that, I'm also going to be playing and showing off a game that is just sort of like the default. It's going to be like I don't know what else to play, so I guess I'll just play some of this. I talked about a long while back how I want to... How the fuck do you time this? I wanted to have like a home base game, a game to just keep going back to for a long time. And that is the game that I'm talking about. Like ER was? No. So Elden Ring was like a... How do I put this? A game that's sort of just in the back burner, right? Almost like Mario is, where it's just like, I'll keep playing this for a long time, but like, I'll play other things instead of it, or like... There we go, that's how I do that. Oh shit, come back! Come back! Come back! Bastard. In my brain, Elden Ring was the main game that I was playing while I was playing it, right? Because it was the priority, especially the DLC. It was the above all else, it was the game I was trying to finish, trying to beat. And for a while there, I was juggling Elden Ring and Persona. And so Persona kind of got like the short end of the stick, I think. If a stream was likely to get cut, it was going to be Persona. But Persona was also like a main full game, right? There was a story and everything to it. But what I want to do is have also another like new game to play alongside the next game that we're playing, but have it be less, how do I put this, like people could tune in and tune out as much as they please without like missing things, because it's not gonna be a game that has like plot and story and stuff going on in it. Like a good example would be like Minecraft, right? It's not going to be Minecraft, but if someone I was watching was playing Minecraft regularly and I missed one of the streams, I wouldn't be like, oh no, I missed plot relevant details. I'd just be like, okay, so I can see the difference between what they were doing last time and what they're doing this time. Okay. So glad it's not Minecraft. Yeah, I don't like Minecraft, so it will... Unless I have monetary incentive to play Minecraft, it will never be Minecraft. You rat. Hi, Cube. Hope you're having a great day today. Oh, okay. I wasn't certain what that was going to do, so now I see what it's going to do. And so I need to go on the platform, bounce off the piranha plant back onto the... No, onto the spike. Your day has been great? Good. You're catching up on drama going on with YouTubers? What YouTubers? What kind of drama? I like drama. It makes you jealous. You want your villain arc so bad. Well, just make it happen. Just start being a bad person. That's all it really takes. Just be a bad person, but have very strong opinions. And people will flock to you. No one knows who you are yet? I don't think that's entirely true. But also, I don't even think that matters anymore. I think you could just be a bad person and the algorithm will push you. Your content will be pushed to the top of the list because people are upset with you. Okay, I'm mistiming that fucking jump every time. There we go. Basically, two people were constantly shitting on Critical Drinker for a just cause. Turned out they were awful people. Surprise, surprise. People harassing other people, even people that maybe deserve it. I don't know anything about Critical Drinker. Turned out to be bad people. More news at 11. It's almost like harassing people on the internet, or at all, is like a good sign that that person might be bad. Like a litmus test. Did you tell someone that they should end their life on the internet? Or dox them or harass them? You might be a bad person. One was an actual plagiarist that stole content, the other was helping them try to cover it up. Wow. You know, if there's one thing on the internet you will never be forgiven for, it's plagiarism. People do not like plagiarism, and you know what, that's totally fair. Because stealing other people's, like, art is incredibly fucked up. Damn it. I wasn't confident in that jump there. The best part though was that they were, for some reason, decided to confess unintentionally, like they thought the best idea was to go live and talk. Huh. You know, if there's anything I've learned over the last few years, it's that the smartest thing to do if you are a content creator and you get called out for something is to just ignore it. Ignore it and pretend that it just doesn't exist. Unless, of course, it's not true. But, you know. Actually, even then, it might just be the best course of action to just ignore the bad things, because people will just forget. The amount of content creators I've seen in the last few years that I was like, wait a minute, didn't this person do something terrible just like 5-6 years ago? And yet they're live on Twitch right now in front of, you know, 4,000 people? Damn it. You know, it's always fun when you get a peek at, like, the weird nonsense going on in other people's circles of the internet. Fuck, I meant to spin up there. Ah! Damn it. Okay, that's progress. It's not a lot of progress, but that's progress. You know, speaking of controversial figures that just continue to get to exist on the internet, right? I watched a video recently, actually multiple videos, of like different video essayists talking about seasons 1 and 2 of Beast games and just how poorly run they are, how poorly put together they are, and oh boy, does Beast games just seem like the worst content that imaginable. And like the people over at Mr. Beast just don't seem to know how to make compelling television or tell a story at all. From what I could tell, the plan for Beast Game Season 1 was just like break a bunch of records and then maybe make a good make a television show that people want to watch. And then for Season 2 it was just like people didn't like that there wasn't a story, so let's throw a gimmick that wasn't well thought out of strong versus smart and then not utilize it whatsoever. What little you know about it, yes, it all seems bad. And did you hear about this employee handbook stuff? It had no joke had stuff like, hey, boys will be boys is a thing, content will be made, I don't care about your HRS? I don't know what that is. About your hours? One of the things that was mind-blowing to me was apparently one of the games for Beast Game Season 2 was this memorization game where you just had to memorize the pattern and recreate it, right? And apparently it went on for so long that they used 4 or 5 times the amount of film that they had planned to use for that day on just that one thing, and it went hours and hours into the night, and they had to increase the speed at which the game was being played because nobody was failing. So they doubled the amount of blocks that needed to be memorized and halved the speed at which they had time to like recreate it. And when they did that, they knocked out something like 80 more people than they had intended to. But yeah, just a seemingly really poorly thought out show because none of the games were properly play tested. Another egregious example was that one of the games was essentially like a territory game where you have on the back of your head a sticker that shows you which territory you need to be in, right? Each territory was a color, and if by the end of the round you are not in that territory, you're eliminated. And the idea was you're supposed to lie to other people to get them eliminated. But apparently everybody just mutually agreed just to keep telling people the correct answer because the incentive of knocking people out was not as strong as the idea of like oh, if I lie to someone, other people will start lying to me, and they'll knock me out. How do you not plan shit out when you have the scale of Mr. Beast? Because Mr. Beast and his crew like to espouse the idea that they consult experts on things like this, but they don't actually. Okay, I need to re-grab on top of that to bounce off the dude. This is a problem with current competitions. It's too friendly. Well, see, the issue with this is that no, it's actually like the good strategy here is to not lie to people, because at the end of the first season of these games, the winner was decided by a vote of like a popularity vote. So like, assuming you are trying to win the $5 million or whatever it was, right? You need to be in good standing with the other people. You need to be in good standing with the other people, otherwise you don't stand a chance. Because like, if everybody thinks you're a bad person and they don't want to vote for you, guess what? You just lose. Your mom watches The Voice, and that shit drives you insane. Everyone is happy for each other, and it's like, you know, this is really bad for you, right? You don't want everyone to succeed. You want to be the one to succeed. Yeah, listen, I understand. I was watching, I want to say Justin Wong the other day, right? Fighting game legend Justin Wong. And he was talking about how, like, specifically in the gaming space, it's a lot less interesting nowadays to watch tournaments and things because everyone's too nice to one another. No one is like angry about losing to their rival anymore. They just, you know, shake hands, like, I'm so happy for you, you know, smiling and getting along. And that's, I mean, it's nice that everyone can get along, but it's also like, yeah, a little bit of drama, a little bit of real drama, because, you know, Kenny doesn't like Steve because Steve fucked his wife or something, right? Like, that's that's like real drama people can connect with and stories that are interesting. Although I don't need that specific type of drama, right? I don't care if X player is pissed off at Y player because of stuff like that. But that's just like what I mean. Like, people aren't having real conflict anymore. Shit, why do I keep doing that? That was an extreme example that I could think of. But that is the sort of thing that, like, when I started playing and watching fighting games, that's what existed, right? Someone like Low Tier God could show up and call a longtime veteran Evo champion like Viscount bad at the game, and then we watched him get humbled. We watched him get absolutely fucking humbled live on stream in a first to 10. Losing in a very exciting, hilarious fashion. And then get trash talked immediately after. And it was real. People were really upset. Because the emotions were, like, not faked. Ah, shit. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, maybe not Low Tier God. Listen, this is before Low Tier God was like a well-known figure. It was back in the days when he was just, haha, that's the funny guy that rages, okay? Haha, he was a funny loser who got upset when he lost. Did I see the Pokemon guy who got eliminated after winning a championship for unsportsmanlike conduct? Yes, I did. all he really did was like slam the table and like get up excited because he won the Pokemon World Championship, and then his title was rescinded. And it's not even like his opponent was apparently like upset. No, his opponent agrees that he should have. His opponent doesn't accept the idea that like the person who actually won got disqualified. Oh shit, that jump right there is hard. You're about to try the Halo Fanta? Well, tell me how it tastes. Because the skin looks fucking awful. The color for the for Halo, the Fanta Halo is just awful. Okay, do I want no cape or cape? Fuck capes. No cape. The Pokemon Company said they stand by the official ruling too, which is stupid. It's just so stupid. The dude did nothing. And they changed the reasoning to like disruptive conduct or something? Yeah, they did. Okay, I have no fucking clue what I'm supposed to do here. Am I supposed to be holding... Okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. No drama or fun allowed in competitions. True. Real. This is gonna be one of those things that's really annoying because I have to hold the jump button at the start of the section, otherwise I can't go. You saw some people have a theory that one of the judges had money on the other guy winning. That's crazy. If that's true, that's like genuinely, it's super illegal and also like a massive scandal. People be throwing accusations out like that all the time now, just like out of nowhere. Oh, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. One of those prediction market gambling schemes. Oh, dude. I watched a video about prediction markets, and I don't know how anybody on the right, how anybody on the planet believes that is anything but just gambling. I watched like a 45-minute expose about prediction markets, and I do not genuinely understand how anybody thinks that's not just like mega hyper gambling. You're just gambling on things that aren't like typically gambled on. And they market themselves as like these hyper profitable things because like you can see the odds very clearly. And they hedge the bets, but like only a few people are actually genuinely making money off of this. It's one of those things that I can tell clearly is like a load of horseshit, but because I haven't personally done a ton of research on it, I have to be very careful about the way I talk about it. But it's just gambling. Okay, I needed to wait there. That's fine. I'm pressing the wrong fucking button. For anybody that's not aware of what like the prediction market stuff is, if you see anybody talking about like, oh my gosh, I bet $400 that Putin would shake Trump's hand with his left hand, right? Like that's the prediction market stuff. I bet $6,000 that Mr. Beast would upload a video in January in 2027. Like, wait, that's real? Yes, that's real. Yes, that's real. It's real, and it's a huge, like, scheme to just, like, steal... It's a huge scheme. It's a... Like, I also thought that that was just, like, a meme that people were doing back in, like, 2024. Because, haha, it's so funny, look. We saw Putin, shake someone's hand, but he used the wrong hand and had to correct himself. I made $10,000 on that bet, like, right? I thought that was a meme, but it's real. It's very real, and like, some people are like deep in the sauce. It's funny. In my lifetime, it has gone from like, gambling is bad, you should only do it in casinos in Vegas, and you should know that you're losing money, to like, okay, so gambling is everywhere. You can gamble on anything. Sports betting is advertised on every single website on the internet. Every single time I use Twitch.tv, I get a sports betting ad. Even if I'm only using it for like a couple of minutes to check things, I am getting a sports betting ad. It's crazy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like 100% totally against gambling at all times, right? I have had small wagers with like my friends and family on things, right? It can be fun, but like that shit needs to be regulated more than drugs because it is so damaging. Low stakes or no stakes gambling can be fun. Yeah, like channel points, that sort of thing. Super fun. Betting like $5 because you know you have $5 to spare. Super fun. People getting addicted to gambling because they get a rush from the high of winning and the low of losing isn't low enough to stop them. Yeah, it's terrible. So many people bet it all and then do very dark things because they lose. Yeah, exactly. Or end up in situations that they otherwise would not have been in under any circumstance because of it. And betting nowadays is super normalized because, like, kids play gacha games, kids play games with loot boxes. And sure, there are some regulations in place now, right? But, like, it's really not. It's not doing enough to stop it. When you went to a casino in New Orleans, your boss had lost $100 by the time it took you to go to the bathroom and come back. And $100 is like it's a pittance, it's nothing. She could have lost 10 grand in the time it took you to go to the bathroom. You've been to a casino and won, and you don't ever want to go back because you won and now the industry's lost money on you? That's real. Bing, I didn't say that. Stop that. Besides, you said you weren't going to do that this month. You paid off your car or whatever. Stop that. This level is incredibly cool. You did a big payment. Yeah, that's what you meant. You did a big payment towards your car. You were an adult. Although you're an adult like every day. Whereas sometimes I'm not an adult for like multiple days in a row. Sometimes I wake up and I stream, and that's what I do with my day. Okay, so I need to do a re-grab there to get onto the angel block, and then I'm gonna bounce on these saws twice. You're never an adult, if that helps. Maddie, you're an adult. Like, all the time. You be adulting. There is another acceptable form of gambling, in your opinion? A weekly/occasional lottery ticket? Yeah, I think that's fine as well. I think the people that do that, do it... Well, most of the people I know that do it simply for... like... the dream, that the minuscule 0.000% chance that they win and their whole life has changed. Right? Plus, as far as I'm aware, like, the lottery does actually, the last time I looked into this I was confused about, like, how it all worked, but the lottery does actually, like, provide some form of, like, communal benefit, but I don't remember exactly what the details on that sort of thing were, so I can't really speak authoritatively on anything like that. Why is this here? Also, this is ass. This is ass. How am I gonna do that? Getting old is mandatory, growing up is not? Or growing up is optional? Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. And that has its benefits and its negatives. Its ups and its downs. Some people never grow up in ways that are, like, fun and endearing. You know, and they still know how to have fun. Other people grow up in ways that were just like, damn, I wish you would just be an adult for a minute. Just accept the responsibility of your life and take care of it. Quit making it everyone else's problem. You know, I was expecting not to have much to talk about today, so I'm glad that glad that chat is pretty active and that the topics have been interesting. You're somewhere in between? I think we're all kind of somewhere in between. The people who become adults too much are awful people to be around most of the time, right? Because they just can't have fun and, like, life either becomes all about work or all about the hustle or whatever. And the people who never grow up are just impossible to be around. Discuss Rain World. Oh, so I kept playing some Rain World. We stopped at a really bad time because there were some very interesting things like one screen away when we stopped playing Rain World. It's a very cool game. A very, very hard game, and it's brutally difficult and very unforgiving, but that's kind of the appeal, I think. That missed. Help, you're stuck in the new dungeon with a gunbreaker who won't mitigate. And 2 black mages. Just kill the things before mitigations need to be used. Easy peasy. I need a knower to tell me this. Does Black Mage AoE rotation, does it still suck at level 100? Or is that something that gets better with time? It's actually really good at 100. Okay, so then my point remains. Just kill things fast. You have 2 black mages. Just kill things. Damn it, I'm supposed to be holding the jump. Oh, that's there so I can jump into it. I'm stupid. That's telling me I need to hold the A button, which I do. I just keep forgetting it there for some reason, despite the fact that it's, like, obvious. Level's very satisfying to watch. It's very satisfying to play. Despite the fact that I keep getting distracted by chat, like, yeah, it is a very nice level. It makes for a good final level. The only thing that's annoying about it is, like, having to hold run and jump at the start. It means I don't really, like, get a break from pressing those buttons down. My fingers are starting to be tired. Like, to the point where actually I'm gonna take a moment here. gonna drink some water and stretch my hand. I should have stretched my hands when we were watching that that terrible trailer for that awful movie. But you know, foresight is not one of my qualities. Brother Hal redeemed Water the Plant. Of course, right after I naturally take a sip of water, someone's gonna force me to. Okay. Hands are stretched. Let's go. Why did I normal jump there? Dirty Cute Man redeemed Water the Plant. You bastards. You know, I went multiple streams, many different streams, with no one redeeming that at all, right? So I was like, maybe it's worn off. Maybe the idea of forcing me to drink water and take care of myself has come to a head and no one cares anymore. Hey Bob, what emulator do you use? You're trying to use SNES 9X, but it makes weird crackling sounds. Yeah, you're on Linux. I have no clue what to recommend you to use on Linux. So I would just go to like the SMW Central forums and ask there, or Google it. Because since you're on Linux, I have no clue. Fing Fang redeemed Water the Plant. It's a good thing I've got a large cup of water, because I really don't want to have to get up and and refill it in the middle of a stream. You had this issue on Windows as well, but you just don't know how you fixed it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I have never had that issue. Oh, you know, I think at some point I had meant to bring this up, but y'all, I got hit with something that made me feel like incredibly, incredibly old the other day. Right? And essentially, an emulator from when I was a wee boy, right, called ZSNES, is getting an HD, like, it's getting a new version called Super ZSNES, with a whole bunch of, like, incredibly cool features. And it just made me feel like such an old man, because, like, apparently the last time that was updated, the original ZSNES, was in, like, 17 years ago. And there was a cool video where one of the members of like the Super Nintendo emulating community talked about why the creator is coming back to make an enhanced version of this old emulator, despite the fact that like we have plenty of perfectly good Super Nintendo emulators already. And essentially it's just like, yeah, he has the time now, and there's some things that he wants to do that other people aren't doing. That's why it's gonna exist again. Okay. If I just do this, I do just do that. Do I just do that? I'm confused what I need to do here. Okay, then I spin jump. But yeah, it's got a bunch of cool features like the ability to create 3D assets for games that have Mode 7, which is Super Nintendo's way of like faking 3D environments, right? The ability to actually literally create 3D elements in Super Nintendo games that use Mode 7. The ability to extend the screen past the original borders. The ability to enhance textures and sprites. The ability to enhance music and like, what's the word? What's the word for when things are remaster? You remaster the music, right? Like all of these incredibly, insanely like robust features that are kind of like mind-blowing. Okay. Apparently I'm on a time limit for this part because of that. Those exclamation points clearly showing that I need to get into the water. You play Rivals or play the Princess Peach ROM hack? I'll make the deal juicier here, so if you and Hal are still playing Rivals when I'm done with this stream and done eating after this stream, I will join you. And if that's still not enough to convince you, then yeah, clearly you wanted to play the ROM hack more than play Rivals. Even though you were the one that asked, I think. Initially. What? I can't jump there. I'm trying to jump. Okay, maybe I have to bounce on the dude before I land on the platform. Like maybe the point here is to do this and then this, but then it gets off screen. Apparently your issue may be frame rate related. I mean, that sounds right. Most every issue that like I've run into with old emulators has to do with frame rate stuff. Trying to figure out what the best course of action is in this spot. Also, this level is incredibly long, so like my worries about the stream being like an hour long were clearly misguided. Okay, no, I see what I need to do. I need to be faster. I forgot about my skill issues. You know, just the other day, I was thinking to myself how, like... Yeah, I just need to be faster. I was thinking to myself how, like... Currently, I'm in a little bit of, like, a plateau with Mario, right? And how in the past, this would have done... I would have... If I hit a plateau like this, I would have done one of two things. Right? I would have either simply stopped playing, or I would have tried to grind it out. But now that I am a little bit older, a little bit wiser, right? I'm just continuing to do what I had planned to do all along, which is just to regularly play this and slowly chip away at it. That's what I need to do right there. Right? It was one of those shower thoughts where it's like... I had like, I don't want to say like an epiphany about my life, but one of the things that I set out to do when I started streaming Kaizo specifically was that, like, I don't want to give up on this thing, this skill that I'm acquiring. Oh, okay, I see what I need to do there. Right, well, how do I... One of the things that I set out to do when I started playing Kaizo was just, like, not give up. Because one of the problems, I've talked about this many times before, one of the problems I've always had is, like, I can reach a level of competence with any particular thing that I've set my mind to in, like, a fairly quick amount of time, but getting past the level of just competence into the level of, like, actually being good at something or having a mastery of something, I've never been able to do that for a number of different reasons in my life. And I think one of the big reasons was because, like I said before, if I ever hit a plateau in the past, I would either stop doing the thing because I was like, okay, I'm no longer getting the satisfaction of very quickly growing, or I would just grind it out until I was sick of doing the thing and didn't want to participate anymore, right? Like, the last thing I really put my mind to doing and getting better at, that I stopped, that, like, I recognized this pattern, was Smash Bros. Ultimate. When Smash Bros. Ultimate came out, I remember I was like, I want to get good at this one, because I was, like, alright at Smash 4. Not good at Smash 4, but just, like, alright. Right? Like, I won a single competitive set of Smash 4 ever in my life. One single set. And I wanted to be better than that. But when I hit my plateau in Smash 4, my solution was not to just, like, take it slow and, you know, learn bit by bit after that. My solution was to, like, okay, I am now going to get every single character to Elite Smash, and that will, in some way, make me better at the game. And, I mean, like, quite frankly, it did. I did get better at the game, but when I was done with that, right, when I was done getting every character to Elite Smash and learning different tech and different stuff with every character, I was just so burnt out with the game. I was just so done with it. I was so... disillusioned is maybe the word I'm thinking of. There was no way to convince me that, like, any of it was worthwhile anymore. Right? Like, there was nothing I could have done to get back my motivation because I had just spent it all. They announced the one character I ever wanted, Sora, in Smash some time after that, like maybe... I don't... The timeline for Smash Ultimate in my head is all messed up. I really don't know how long the last DLC took to come out. But by the time Sora had come out, which was the character I wanted more than anything, I was just, like, so done with the game that I never even learned Sora's, like, basic combos that everyone was doing. And then I entered one tournament with Sora, stopped playing Smash forever. You did that too with Smash Ultimate, but then you were afflicted with permanent character crisis. Oh, you like just tried to like grind it out and get really good? Is that what you're saying? Oop, I'm supposed to go in the water there. Oop. I played a lot of Smash 4, right? And a lot of Smash Melee. I mean, seriously, not in the same sense that I played a lot of Brawl. I played a lot of Brawl as a kid, but as an adult, I have to be faster than that. Well, I wasn't an adult when Smash Ultimate came out, or Smash 4. I played a lot of Smash Melee and Smash 4 seriously, trying to, like, win. But none of it was, like, concerted effort. It was all just, like, grinding and grinding and grinding and hoping that grinding would make me better. Right? And I don't remember where I was going with this conversation, so... Okay, I spin jump there. So when Smash Ultimate came around, I was like, I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of being mediocre. And so I tried to take it seriously. It was a bad idea in the long term, because now I kind of just hate Smash in general. And my relationship with fighting games has been a way to, like... My approach to fighting games has been the exact opposite of what my approach to Smash was. And I feel like that's a big part of the reason why, even though Smash and fighting games have a lot of similarities, a big part of the reason why fighting games to me are so much more interesting, so much more fun long term. Because, like, I'm not grinding it out in any fighting game currently. And I haven't ever really grinded it out in any fighting game. I've never tried to just push past my limit in such a heavy-handed way. Anyway, pulling back to the Mario stuff, right? I'm currently in a plateau in Mario. I can feel it. I can feel that, like, each time I'm playing, I'm really not getting that much better, right? But I'm okay with it, because slow progress, slow, steady progress, playing once a week, or maybe twice a week, right, is fine. It's the way to do it. If I'm genuinely interested in long-term growth, I'm genuinely interested in long-term growth, like, this is what I should be doing. And that is what I'm interested in. I would like to still be playing this in 10 years. Because practicing shit in training mode between matches count as grinding. So, my definition of grinding, and I'm sure, like, most other people agree, it's just like, I am booting up ranked, or whatever the popular mode is, every night, and just playing until I'm sick of it, until I'm tired. right? And sure, maybe I'm also like practicing new combos and learning new tech in between matches, right? Because I mean that is what I do. I practice combos. I try to think about different situations in between games when I'm in training mode or whatever, right? That can be a part of the grind. It doesn't necessarily always end up being a part of the grind. For a lot of people, I think the grind is simply just playing ranked over and over and over again. Because the ranked grind is like, it's addictive. I'm genuinely like certain that a lot of players for any particular game that has a competitive mode, whether it's freaking Street Fighter 6, League of Legends, Apex Legends, right? Smash Bros. Melee, right? Whatever it is, for a lot of people, they don't love the game. They aren't like going online because they're having a great time every time. They're going online because they're addicted to the grind. Like you can absolutely just start grinding and continue grinding because you just love the game and you're having a good time. That's fine. But for a lot of people, it's unhealthy. You can make it healthy though, like you can give yourself a hard limit, make it so that each session is like a session where you focus on specific things, right? I'm not trying to say that grinding is like necessarily like a terrible, awful thing that you should never do, right? It's just you have to have the awareness to know when to step back. Or the drive to like look past just the grind and do what you need to. Are you winning, son? Yeah, I'm winning. I'm big time winning. Huge W's in chat. No, I got too much air there. You take a lot of breaks when you play alone or you get pissed off. Yeah, I understand that's a pretty healthy thing to do. I'm at the point where like if I'm getting pissed off, like genuinely upset, which is very difficult for me to do, like I'll just stop. I'll stop and I will take a break. That hasn't happened in a very long time though. Like all of my time with Street Fighter 6, for example, I've only genuinely been pissed off like once, and it was one session on stream, but I was not having a good time. There was no one to talk to. There's no one to talk to. I was playing Terry. I was having a just awful night because I didn't like that character. Right. And even games that I'm actively like complaining about, like while I'm playing like Rivals, I've never like actually genuinely upset. Oh, okay, cool. The water was where I was supposed to go. Oh, and that's Bowser. Cool. Hi, Bowser. Oh, you're back. Let's say hello to my little gnome. Oh boy. That is certainly a sprite right there. Rat, why did you come in here just to fucking shill your new gacha game? Stop it. I'm sure Neverness to Everness is just as fun as Wuthering Waves was, which is to say, gambling can be fun. What new gacha game? Neverness to Everness, which is somehow one of the worst titles for a gacha game I've ever heard. Like, they just keep inventing new ways to make the titles sound dumber and dumber. Okay, just fall there. Yeah, it's apparently a GTA-like gacha game, which, like, to me is just like, what the fuck do you mean it's like GTA? I don't really understand what that means as someone who has never played any significant amount of GTA, and I don't really understand how that would translate to a gacha game. Game sounds worse the more you hear about it. Yeah, like, genuinely. Does it have a bready equivalent? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I can tell you a game that has a bready equivalent. It's called Girls Frontline 2. But even then... I'm not recommending it because... you shouldn't play these games. Ah! Okay, I'm supposed to... Okay. What does that mean? It's Soul, you can figure it out. If you just look up Bready, you'll know. Or you can look up Sabrina, Girls Frontline, and you'll understand. Freddy's not obese? Okay, no, not obese. Okay. But as far as anime girls go, like, that's as thick as they're getting. Oh, you talking to Rat? Damn it. You know my problem with, like, characters like that are... It's not that they're, you know, chunky or whatever. Chunky's fine. Who cares? Right? My problem is that they're always, like... They always make the chunky characters like, oh yes, I just love food. I always have to have food on me at all times. I'm never without a piece of pizza in my mouth. And it's like, damn. They really just made it all about that, huh? Like, not even a little bit subtle. Just like, that is their personality. It's kind of my same issue with, like, when video game characters like video games. Right? It's just like, oh, this is a video game character that is supposed to be a gamer. It's literally their only personality trait. It's just like, yes, video game. Haha, did you see that 1-up that we just got? Haha. Look, I did a smash attack. Haha. And it's just like, bro, please. Please. I keep jumping into that because I'm jumping early because I'm trying to time my landing better, but it's difficult. There we go. Oh, supposed to jump there, yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it does suck. It's very one-dimensional and it's very just annoying. You know, if I ever meet someone in real life and, like, their whole personality is one thing, I become, like, infuriated talking to them. Keep forgetting to jump there. Like, if I met someone in real life that was just, like, constantly making Mario jokes and talking about, like, well, this is just like in GTA when, you know, whatever the fuck. I would be trying my hardest to never have to be in a room with that person. It's one thing to have an interest. It is another to make that interest everything that is to you. Ah. Okay. Damn it. I jumped a little too early. It's given Varessa and Genshin Impact being bigger, but she's like not any big. Yeah, I mean, Breddy is, like, genuinely, like, actually chubby, right? But yeah, typically, the quote-unquote fat character in these gacha games is, like, just a normal person. Or even skinnier than a normal person, even. The standards are so fucked. She's literally, like, air quotes, fat, and eats like crazy, and even has a butt bounce attack. That's crazy. Show me a picture. Send me a picture. We'll judge. Oh, I'm supposed to wait there. Damn it. Someone making something their whole personality. No, listen, Soul, okay? You're making a joke about how for a while there all you talked about was Doom, but that's like, there are people out there that, like, are way more egregious than that. Okay? I have met people in my life that literally have one conversation. Like, only one conversation. Sent it to me on Discord. Okay, we're gonna judge this character. What the fuck, bro? How is this supposed to be the fat character? Y'all, look at this character. Tell me this is the fat character? Look at the hourglass figure. She has an hourglass figure and they're calling her the fat character? She's got big thighs. They're not, I mean, they're like, that's like a normal person's size. Fucking get this shit off my screen. There's nothing fat about that character. There's nothing even thick about that character. You said this was Genshin Impact? Is that what that was? Is that a Genshin character? I already forgot. Your thighs are bigger? Dude, my thighs are bigger, and I'm like supposedly 20 pounds underweight. Yes, Genshin. Yeah, Genshin has a problem where like everyone is incredibly thin. Even the dudes that are supposed to be incredibly buff and muscular are just like twigs. Okay. I'm going to focus up a little bit here. And then I immediately jump to my death. Yeah, I'm gonna try to focus up here because my hand is not feeling great right this moment. My ring finger, no, my middle finger that I use to press the X button is just so tired. I'm gonna see if I can't fucking finish this up before it actually, like, becomes a problem. Oh, I jumped into that. What the fuck? What's wrong with me? And for some reason, I thought that was gonna just roll. Just because we just looked at a character who had fat rolls. Haha. Haha. Okay, sorry. She didn't. She didn't have a single roll on her body. She didn't have like baby fat levels of fat. Nope. Ah, shit. Dude, I missed the pipe. I'm bad at video games. Take a break. There's no use hurting myself. I'm not like actually hurting myself. It's fatigue. It's not pain. And I know I can acutely tell the difference between like fatigue and the sort of pain, sort of stress that is actually pain. Because I've experienced it before. Having your body part give out on you because of a repetitive strain injury is not fun. I've told that story before. Essentially, one time while I was painting, my wrists gave out on me, and I ended up dumping my boss's phone into a 5-gallon bucket of paint. And I just destroyed his phone. All because I was like, no, I'm gonna power through doing this, and then I'll be done and it's fine. And then he asked me to go grab his phone for him out of the car, and I did, and when I was handing it to him, my hand just stopped working. Because I was overworking my wrist. Shit, no! You think more body type representation is cool? I agree. I just wish that it didn't come at the cost of like, haha guys, look, she's a fatty. And then she's in fact not a fatty. Or if she is, even if she is a little like chubby, haha, she's a fatty and that's her personality. Food. She loves food. Because you know what? Most people I know love food. But if I met someone that literally was always eating, right, I would think to myself, this person has an eating disorder and they need help. Not, haha, isn't she so quirky? I don't want to elevate that to the level of, like, that some young people I see have been elevating things to, and just, like, being like, this character trait is problematic, right? That sort of thing. I've seen a lot of the kiddos, specifically, like, very young kids, like Gen Alpha, I think they're called, right? The kids that are, like, 14 years old now, looking at, like, a fictional character and like, espousing the idea that you can't like them, you can't enjoy them, you can't even tolerate them because they're problematic, right? That's crazy. Okay, don't fuck it up this time. It's just a pipe. Just go up in the pipe. There we go. There we go. And of course, there's one more section. Okay, cool. It's the section where I actually get to do damage to him. Oh, shit. You threw it out at a different time this time. Boo. That was a fucking snipe. If I just leave that, actually I should find out. If I just leave that, will he run into it and get hurt? Or do I have to kick it? Okay, no, I have to kick it. That's good to know. I'm gonna try to stay towards the edge of the screen when I jump on the red shell. He didn't throw the shell that time. This looks really simple, so I think I might just be like overthinking it and just not reacting accordingly. Like, this pattern looks incredibly easy, but I just keep fucking it up. No, come back. Damn it. You know what? Can I just stand right in front of him? Is that a possibility? No, okay, I can't. I was thinking to myself, if I just stay right there, he's throwing everything overhead, so like maybe that's the best place to be. But maybe I should be like right here. Like say two gnome distances away. It does give me enough time to react. It's just no, it won't give me enough time to grab the shell is what it is. Fuck off, I was faster than that rock, you bastard. That wasn't it. I was kind of expecting that one to be it for some reason. Ah! Ah! Please die. Please die. How many hits? How many hits? Fuck. How many times was that? 5 hits? Maybe it's 6? I'm hoping it's 6. Boss fights are always so stressful. Boss fights are always so stressful, and for me, just the least fun part about Axe. Like, I would be fine if they just didn't exist. Fucking pressing buttons bad right now. No, damn it. Damn it. That one that goes high is just hard to deal with anytime I need to jump over a pit. Fuck, I thought the shell was right there. Oh, fuck me. Fuck. This is... it's wearing on my nerves a little bit. This is where the shell is. There we go. Okay. It's the constant moving of the screen that is the difficult part of this, not the rocks themselves, right? I have to pay attention. Suck my dick, bro. I have to pay attention to so many different things. Can't help but wonder if this would be like easier on the eyes if this background didn't look like this, you know? Right, like I can't help but wonder if a part of what's difficult to parse is because the background has the same colors as the foreground. No, fuck me. Shit, that one has gotten me. I think every time I've been there. Apparently watching my stream is killing your internet. Okay, then stop watching. Crazy concept, I know. You know, I ran into a very old argument that no one cares to disprove the other day. I was talking to some co-workers about like internet speed, right? And one of them mentioned that like, oh, they pay for gig speed because, you know, they really need gig speed because their husband likes to game, and gaming takes up so much internet. And I was like, damn. Even to this day, people are still claiming that like playing online games takes up a ton of bandwidth when it doesn't. The reason we need 1 gig speeds in households with like 4 different adults is not because little Timmy likes to play Call of Duty on the internet. It's because little Timmy's mom and dad and aunt and uncle all stream 4K videos. And they don't realize that streaming 4K Netflix is like a bandwidth hog. And they don't think about the fact that, you know, they're watching Netflix and on their phones at the same time, and they're all connected to one connection. This would be so much easier if I could just hop on the shell and not have to worry about throwing it back. Also, I should go back to spin jumping. Spin jumping until I know that the shell is coming out. No, fuck me. Shit. Okay, if things keep going like this, I can do it. Fuck, I reacted too slow. Really? Oop. I was adjusting my hand there. Okay. I'm going to stretch. Going to stretch. Take a sip of this water. I can feel that it's like right there. It's just a matter of getting the right run. Okay, cool. There we go. GG. Oh, is that the end? Is that actually the end? Cool. Oh, thank the Lord. 16 hours for this hack. Honestly, was expecting it to take so much longer. Great hack. Might be one of the best I've played. It had a lot of variety, it had a lot of really good music, like what's playing right now. And just genuinely good vibes. It was fun to watch. I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad. Good. I'm glad. Yeah. I remember when I was doing the first one, the creator came in, Pinaha came in and said that, like, I would need a little bit of more practice in order to do the second one, which is why it had been like 8 months between doing Sauna World 1 and Sauna World 2. But yeah, I think they were right. I did need to, like, sort of get to a point where I had like a base level of skill. But yeah, this was a absolutely fantastic hack. Some of these levels were really tough, some of these levels weren't that tough at all. It had a nice variety of things going on. And not a lot of gimmicks. That's what I think the best part was, is that there weren't a lot of gimmicks. There were a few here and there, and they were typically pretty fun. But yeah. Okay. I don't know what my next course of action is as far as, like, the next kind of hack I'm going to play. I didn't have anything lined up for after this. But we'll figure something out. I'll try to do a change of pace. Maybe not something that's going to take 3 months or whatever this took to get through. Maybe something with fewer exits. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. On Wednesday, I think I'm gonna try to do a long stream of Psychonauts on Wednesday. Like, just even possibly just like get through the whole rest of the game on Wednesday. Because I really just want to... I'm enjoying Psychonauts, I was enjoying Jak and Daxter, but I want to get to the next, like, main game. I'm itching. You know, itching for that next big game. Okay. I'm gonna go now. Thank you for everyone that watched today. Thank you for everyone that chatted today. It was a very fun stream. Thank you to Pinaha, the creator of this hack,